Alright guys, so I'm back. This time we're going to look at how to do radicals wherein before you turn it into a radical, it was a power with a fractional exponent, and the numerator of the fractional exponent is not a 1. Alright, so take a look. So what this is saying is, if you have a radical, or if you have a power with a base of a, and then you have an exponent which is a fraction, there are two ways to solve this as you turn it into a radical. Okay, so you can either do this, meaning what it is saying is you will evaluate the radical with the exponent given and then get the root, or you can do the root first and then get the um, power in the end. Okay, so let's look at how the first method works. Okay, method number 1. Okay, this one is about this. Okay, so for example, my question is, what is 125 to the 2/3? Okay, so that's the main question. So I will do the first way. So 125 to the 2/3 tells me that you will turn this into a radical. The radical will still be whatever is the base. Now let's take a look at what it says here. The denominator becomes the index. So this 3 becomes the index, right? Okay. And then the numerator becomes the exponent, right? Now, what is 125 squared? Let me just quickly do that using my calculator. 125 squared would be 15,625. All right. So this would be the cube root of 15,625, following the first way, which is to square it. And now I'm going to get the cube root of 15,625, and that would be 25. All right. Some of you might say that, how will I know it's 25? Well, that's why it is nice to see that this can be done in two ways. All right. What about the second way? Let's use a different color, which is about this one. That's what I'm gonna do. So 125 to the 2/3 tells me to get first the root. All right. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Okay. So the 125, I will first get the cube root. That's what this is saying. Get the cube root first and then give it an exponent. And then the exponent is 2. Now, what is the cube root of 125? That's a 5. Right? And 5 squared is 25. So in this case, you will notice that this is far easier to do, even without the calculator, because this one appears to be harder, knowing that what is the cube root of 15,625? I don't know how many of you actually know that. And neither same thing with 125 squared. All right. So anyway, again, the idea is knowing that there are two ways, and there are certain questions wherein the first way would be faster. There are certain questions where the second way would be the faster. So it is really up to you on what to decide with which way you're going to be doing. Let's take a look at the check understanding. So, meaning this one, there are two ways. So let's see. Let's do one way. It becomes the cube root of -8 All right. And then it's going to be squared. This is one way. I'll show you both ways. And if I'm going to square it first, that would be 64. And then the cube root is 4. Okay? Now, if I'm going to do the other way, which is to get the cube root first, this is what I'm going to have. All right. Oops. The cube root of -8 is -2. When you square it, it's 4. Same thing. So as you can see, it works either way. All right. So for the next one, I'm just going to be doing one way. All right. So it's up to you to try the other way. So that would be 1/9. All right. And then it would be, now note that the exponent is 3/2. So that means this 2, which is the denominator, is going to be your index. And then that 3, which is your numerator, is going to be your exponent. What is the square root of 1/9? That's 1/3. If you're going to cube it, that would be 1/27. Okay. Okay. Next, 100 to the 2.5, and in this case, you should turn that exponent into a fraction. So 100 to the 2.5. Okay. Becomes 100 to the 2 1/2. Becomes 100 to the 5/2. Right? Which tells you that you can turn it into a radical with the 100 inside. That denominator of the exponent becomes your index, and then your 5 would be your exponent. Square root of 100 is 10, and then make it an exponent of 5. There will be 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 100,000. Okay.